Your car is keeping you poor. And worst of all, you don't even realize it. Now, before you disagree, before you think this isn't about me, take a deep breath and stay with me for a few minutes. Because what you're about to hear can completely change the way you see money. And maybe explain why, even working hard, your balance never grows the way it should. There's a silent mistake draining your income every single month. It doesn't show up as a big blow. It doesn't come with a warning. It makes no noise. But it sucks your money away drop by drop until one day you wake up tired, frustrated, staring at your bank statement and asking yourself, why do I never get ahead? That mistake has four wheels. From an early age, you were taught that owning a car is a symbol of success, that buying a car means moving up in life, that financing a car is normal, acceptable, almost mandatory, and you believed it. Not because you were foolish, but because the entire system was designed to make you believe it. The problem isn't the car itself. The problem is the invisible cost no one tells you about. When you buy a car, you think you're buying freedom. But in practice, many times you're buying a financial prison with monthly payments. Let's be honest. How many times have you said, I can't right now because of a payment? How many opportunities have you let slip by because your money already had an owner before it even hit your account? The car starts controlling you. Every month it's the same thing. Payment, fuel, insurance, taxes, maintenance. A strange noise that turns into a mechanic visit. A part replacement that couldn't wait. And just like that, without realizing it, you're working not to get rich, but to maintain an object that sits still most of the time. Meanwhile, the car's value drops. Every month, you lose money when you buy it, you lose money while you use it, and you lose money when you sell it. And still, most people defend this decision tooth and nail, because admitting the mistake hurts, because accepting that something so normal is making you poor is far too uncomfortable. But let me ask you something important. If cars were really a symbol of wealth, why don't the richest people have their money tied up in them? Think about that. The problem isn't just financial, it's psychological. The car creates a false sense of status. It makes you look fine even when your finances are sick. It makes you look successful even when you're living on the edge. And while you try to maintain that image, time passes. Interest works against you. Opportunities slip away because money that's already committed doesn't grow. Now, if this is making sense to you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot to keep bringing content that no one has the courage to say, but everyone needs to hear. And pay close attention to the next point, because this is where most people completely lose their way. It's not just the expensive car that makes you poor. The car that's just a little above what you can afford does too. The payment fits your budget, but your future no longer does. You stop investing. You stop building an emergency fund. You stop taking smart risks. You stop having choices. And when a problem shows up, a layoff, an emergency, a crisis, the car is still there, demanding payment, indifferent to your reality. That's when many people realize, too late, that they don't own the car. The car owns them. And the longer you take to see this, the harder it becomes to escape. Because the system wants you to keep spinning on this wheel. It wants you to confuse immediate comfort with progress. It wants you to work more to pay for things that don't make you freer, only more exhausted. And maybe right now, you're starting to notice something uncomfortable. Maybe you're remembering past decisions. Maybe you're feeling that quiet tightness in your chest. That's good, because awareness hurts at first, but it frees you later. And there's still one detail almost no one notices, something that turns this common mistake into one of the biggest sabotagers of your financial life. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. That detail is time. The time you trade for money, and the money you trade for a car that never gives that time back. Every extra hour worked, every sacrificed weekend, every project you accepted just to cover the bills has a very clear destination, sustaining a lifestyle that doesn't move you forward. And the car sits right at the center of it, because it's not just about what you pay today, it's about what you stop building tomorrow. While you direct a huge part of your income towards something that only loses value, you're giving up the most powerful asset there is: compound growth. Small amounts invested over many years become something big. but small amounts drained over many years turn into an emptiness that's hard to fill. And no one warns you about this when you walk into a dealership. There, everything is designed to make you feel comfortable. The payment fits your budget. The salesperson smiles. The contract is long enough to dilute the pain, and you walk out happy for a few weeks. Then reality starts collecting its dues. Because a car doesn't generate income. It doesn't protect your future. It doesn't give you a margin for error. It only demands. And the earlier in life you fall into this trap, the more expensive it becomes. Not just in money, but in choices. You start living to maintain what you already have instead of building something better. Pay attention to the conversations around you. How many people are counting the days until payday? How many say, this month was tight? How many are constantly tired, stressed, with no real sense of direction? It's not a lack of effort, it's misdirected focus. The car becomes a priority before the foundation is solid, before the emergency fund, before investing, before freedom. And then something dangerous happens. You start normalizing scarcity. You think that's just how life is, that everyone lives like this, that there's no other way. But there is. It just requires a difficult decision. Giving up pleasing others to take care of your future. It takes courage to go against the flow. It takes maturity to understand that looking good now can cost you dearly later. And maybe the biggest fear is this, the fear of judgment. What people will think, what they'll say. But no one pays your bills. No one takes on your risks. No one builds your tomorrow for you. The car is often just a symptom. The real problem is the need to prove something, while what truly matters is postponed. And when later arrives, it comes without warning. A crisis, an unexpected event, an opportunity that requires capital, and you don't have it. That's when it becomes clear who built margin and who built appearance. If you're listening to this up to now, it's because something inside you knows something needs to change. Maybe not everything, maybe not right now, but something. And change starts with a simple yet uncomfortable question. Is what I have today bringing me closer to or further away from the life I want? Because financial freedom isn't born from high salaries, but from conscious decisions repeated over time. And some of those decisions involve saying no to what everyone calls normal. The car can wait, your future can't. And there's still one last point, perhaps the most important of all, something that separates those who spend their entire lives chasing money from those who, at some point, make money work for them. That final point is the ownership mindset. The difference between those who spend their whole lives running after money and those who eventually turn the tables isn't just how much they earn, it's what they own. Most people spend decades acquiring liabilities, thinking they're moving forward, things that consume income, energy, and time. They work to maintain what looks like success, but doesn't build security. Those who level up do the opposite. They build the foundation first, comfort later, security before status, investment before appearance, freedom before validation. While many ask, what car can I afford? Few ask the right question. Is this making me freer or more dependent? And that question changes everything. Because when you understand this, money stops being just something that comes in and goes out. It becomes a tool, an ally, something that buys time, options, and peace of mind, not just things. At that moment, the game quietly changes. You stop living on the edge. You stop fearing the unexpected. You stop accepting any condition just to survive. And the most curious thing is that from the outside, almost no one notices this change. There's no applause, no stage, no immediate recognition. But inside, you know. Now you're in control of your life. Not the other way around. Maybe today you still have a car that weighs more than it helps. Maybe you don't. But what matters isn't the past. It's what you do from this awareness forward. Because ignoring it is expensive, but seeing it sets you free. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe a car can delay people's financial lives? Or do you think it all depends on how it's used? Your opinion matters. Write it in the comments. If this content made you think differently, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and ensures this kind of reflection reaches more people. And remember, wealth isn't what you show. It's what gives you choices when no one is watching.